Good morning students, I am Shomajit sir. Today I am here to deliver my lecture on topic typhoid. Here I will discuss the details of typhoid. I will tell you about the causal organism, prevention, precautions, control measures, signs and symptoms. So watch the entire video lecture to get basics out of it. So without any delay, let's start with the topic typhoid. So let's start. So in the topic typhoid, let's discuss typhoid disease. See, this picture is about typhoid. Clear? See, very nice picture I have given. Now, what is typhoid? See, typhoid fever is also known as enteric fever, is a bacterial infection occurring in the intestinal tract and occasionally in the bloodstream. Alright, so these are bacteria. You can see here, these are bacteria, and the magnified form of this bacteria has been shown in the earlier slide. See, this is the bacteria in magnified and colored view. Alright, so this is a microscopic view of the bacteria. See, it is caused by bacterium Salmonella typhi. Clear? So the name of this bacteria is Salmonella typhi. This is a bacteria. Salmonella is genus and typhi is a species. These two names are scientific names. So whenever you write with your own hand, underline it separately. Alright. So genus and species has to be separately underlined. And when you type in computer, it should be written in italics. Now see, it is caused by bacterium Salmonella typhi, a unique human strain of Salmonella. It is a rod-shaped, gram-negative bacterial pathogen, being motile with the aids of flagellum. Alright, since you can see here they have flagella, that's why they are motile in nature. Have you seen? You see here also, see the colorful diagram, here they have flagella, that's why they can move, isn't it? They are movable. So in nature, Salmonella typhi often found on open sewage and in the guts of animals. Alright, in the guts of animals and in the sewage it is found. Typhoid fever cases are most common in areas within Asia, Africa and Latin America. Therefore, a greater risk lies in traveler to those regions being affected by the disease. So you can see the bacterium Salmonella typhi. And here, how is it spread? Means how it spreads here. How the typhoid fever spreads. You can see transmission of bacteria often occurs when food or water is contaminated by carrying the disease and is then digested by others. Typhoid can also be transmitted by flies landing on open sewage, picking up the bacteria and then contaminating food. Alright, which is again eaten by humans, spreading in this way known as indirect host to host transmission. Alright, so these are method of transmission. So you can see flies carry disease by picking up infectious agents on their feet. Alright, so flies carry this disease. So these are the symptoms whenever a person is having a typhoid. So these are the symptoms. Rose spots is there, aches and pains are there, high fever is there, diarrhea is there, chest congestion is there, and typhoid meningitis are there. So these are the symptoms of typhoid. So you can see the symptoms of typhoid. Clear? Weakness, abdominal pain, constipation, encephalitis, loss of appetite, ulcers, dehydration, severe headache and irritations, hallucinations, water stools, diarrhea, high fever and skin rashes. So these are the symptoms of typhoid. So student, you should memorize the symptoms, memorize the causative organism. Causative organism is bacterial disease. So typhoid is a bacterial disease and it is caused by organism named, causative organism is Salmonella typhi. So typhoid fever symptoms, again next slide I have given, see high fever, headache, weakness, dry cough, stomach pain, constipation, rashes. You can see pink color or red color rashes are there. How a typhoid fever spreads. Alright, so Salmonella typhi lies only in humans. Person with typhoid fever carry the bacteria in their bloodstream and intestinal tract. In addition, a small number of persons called carriers recover from typhoid fever but continues to carry the bacteria. Both ill persons and carriers shed Salmonella typhi in their fishes or tools. All right. So there is a Salmonella typhi. So rashes in typhoid, you can see rashes may present with rash, rose spot 2 to 4 millimeter in diameter. The spots are 2 to 4 millimeter in diameter, raised, discrete, irregular balancing, pink macules found in front of chest, appear in crops of up a dozens of time and fade after 3 to 4 days. So these rashes fade after 3 to 4 days and they are of size 2 to 4 millimeter in diameter. It can be rose red or clear pinkish color. So you can see rose spots, faint balancing, maculopapular, salmon color, evident at the end of first week in 30% of the patient and spontaneously resolves within 2 to 5 days. All right, it's spontaneously suddenly the camera has fallen, isn't it? So spontaneously it raises within 2 to 5 days. All right, next, the future of typhoid fever. Now what is the future of typhoid fever? So it is cheap, rapid and reliable serological test. Fluoroquinolone and cephalosporin resistant case, combination chemotherapy, new drugs, mass vaccination in epidemic area, typhoid vaccination program for schools, children, or with advent of new conjugate VI vaccine, a part of EPI should be considered. All right, so these are the futures of typhoid fever. Next, what are the foods we should eat during typhoid fever? See, these are the healthy, nutritious food that should be eaten during typhoid fever. You see, eggs are there, bananas are there. All right, so many, see, coconut are there, so many things are there. You have to eat all these. Vegetables are there, juices are there, and water you have to drink. Now, how we can prevent this typhoid fever? First and foremost, you have to wash your hand with soap at least minimum 30 seconds very nicely. Then you have to drink boiled water. Next, clean fruits and vegetables should be eaten and get vaccinated. All right, so first is washing your hand very nicely, properly for 30 minutes. Then drink boiled water. Clean fruits and vegetables should be eaten and get vaccinated. So these are the home remedies for typhoid fever. You can see excuse me, these are the home remedies for typhoid fever. Number one is garlic, cold compress, water, apple, cloves, banana, basil leaf. All right, so these are home remedies you can do. Now, clinical picture. See, rose spot occur on the abdomen. Which one is abdomen? The top portion of our body is a chest cavity and below is the above one is thoracic cavity, clear, and bottom one is abdomen and between there is a diaphragm. All right, so lower part, that is red spot occur on the abdomen, less frequently on the chest in 8 to 9 days of illness. The rash persists for 4 to 5 days and then regresses. Fresh spots develop on new sites of the skin. In severe cases, the rash can bleed. All right. So you can see these are the fruits. All right, treating typhoid fever quickly with natural remedies. So these are the certain foods you have to take for quick recovery from these diseases. Now, control of typhoid fever. How can you control the typhoid fever? Number one, measures directed to reservoirs. Number one is case detection and treatment. Number two is isolation. Number three is disinfection of tools and urine. Number four is detection and treatment of carriers. Next is measures or routes of transmission. One is water sanitation. Next is food sanitation. third is excreta disposal, and fourth is fly control. And third is measures for susceptibles. One is immunoprophylaxis, another is health education. All right. Now see, whenever a person is having typhoid, so these are the following symptoms we can see. In the first week, we will see that the disease classically presents with step ladder fashion rise in temperature of 40 to 41 degrees Celsius over 4 to 5 days, accompanied by headache, abdominal pain and constipation. In the second week, between 7 to 10 days of illness, mild hepatosplenomegaly occurs in majority of the patient. Relative bradycardia may occur and rose spots may be seen. And the third week, the patient will appear in the typhoid state, which is a state of prolonged apathy. Clear? Then you can get into coma. Then diarrhea will then become apparent. If it is left untreated, by that time there's a high risk of 5 to 10% of the intestinal hemorrhage and perforations. Next is rare complications like typhoid hepatitis, emphysema, osteomyelitis. These are the psychosis. So 2 to 5% of a patient may become gallbladder carrier. All right. So student, these are the homework questions. You have to copy this down and note it down. You have to copy these questions as well as solve the answers. Answers are in the video lectures only. The first question is, what is typhoid? Second question is, what are the control of typhoid fever? Third question is, what are the preventions of typhoid fever? Fourth question, what are the symptoms of typhoid fever? So third is what are the preventions of typhoid fever, and fourth is what are the symptoms of typhoid fever, and fifth is explain how typhoid fever spreads. All right. So thank you, my dear student. This was all about today's video lecture. Here I have discussed about the disease called typhoid. So you must study from here causal organisms. It is a bacterial disease and caused by Salmonella typhi, isn't it? You have to study the symptoms. You have to study the precaution measures. Clear? So I'm Shomajit sir signing off for today, and again we'll meet in the next class. Thank you, students.